Russian forces are reportedly resorting to obsolete 1970s-era Soviet missiles for critical air defense systems, signaling a severe depletion of modern ammunition stockpiles. Military expert Alexander Kovalenko discussed the issue on his Telegram channel. According to him, a recent Russian propaganda segment inadvertently exposed a critical vulnerability in Moscow's short-range air defense capabilities. The report, which intended to glorify the crew of an OSA air defense system from the 74th Motorized Rifle Brigade, instead showed the missile system armed with unrecognized munitions. Kovalenko identified these not as the standard upgraded 9M33M3 missiles, but as the original 9M33 variant, a model first produced in 1971. The expert asserts that the only logical reason for deploying these antiquated missiles is the total depletion of modern 9M33M3 stockpiles. This development comes despite assurances from Russia's Kalashnikov concern in 2023 that it was actively ramping up production of the modern missiles and opening new workshops to ensure the sky would be covered. Kovalenko noted that in reality, it appears Russian forces are now being forced to pull Soviet 9M33s from dusty basements. He argued that this ammo shortage for the OSA system, a problem Ukraine has already faced and adapted to, signals a growing weakness. As Russia begins to exhaust this component of its air defense, Kovalenko concluded, for the Russian sky, it will get worse and there will be more holes. In these circumstances, even Moscow is defenseless. In recent months, Ukraine has increased the number of strikes using homemade drones against Russian critical infrastructure essential to powering Russia's war machine. Faced with attacks using dozens of drones at once, the Russians' air defense proved to be overstretched and not always effective. Despite Russia's extensive air defense capabilities, there are limitations to protecting all targets effectively. Matthias Eken, a defense and security expert at RAND Europe, told, if Ukraine maintains pressure on Russian industrial and military sites and potential targets, this is going to have a significant consequence on how Russia fights, said Samuel Bendet, a senior fellow at the Center for a New American Security think tank, adding that Ukraine resorts to combined long-range attacks using various types of drones. With the beginning of the full-scale invasion, drones became a game-changer for Ukraine. The Ukrainian government began investing more in domestic production, creating incentives and grants, and simplifying bureaucratic procedures for manufacturers. As Ukraine increases its drone production, Russian air defense is increasingly showing its vulnerability. Recent Ukrainian targets have included oil refineries, airfields, weapons and ammunition depots. With dozens of drones entering vast Russian territory overnight, Russian air defense cannot cover it all.
Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov told reporters on Thursday that Ukraine's position at possible peace talks with Russia will worsen, as Russia vows to continue its military operation. In the absence of the possibility to continue the conversation further, we will, of course, continue the special military operation, Peskov said. The Ukrainian side must know that sooner or later it will have to negotiate, but from a much worse position, he said. The Kiev regime's position will worsen day by day. According to Associated Press asked about U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio's comment that Russia isn't interested in negotiating peace, Peskov countered that Moscow was open to resolving the Ukrainian issue through political and diplomatic means. In the absence of such an opportunity, with the Kiev regime closing the door to it, we continue the special military operation, he added. Russian President Vladimir Putin has so far avoided serious top-level peace negotiations, with Ukrainian and Western officials accusing him of stalling for time while his army tries to grab more Ukrainian territory.
За неимением возможности дальше продолжать разговор, разумеется, будем продолжать всемирно специальную военную операцию с тем, чтобы достигнуть тех целей, которые были сформулированы Верховным Главнокомандующим и президентом. Но, конечно, украинская сторона на фоне таких заявлений должна знать, что рано или поздно ей придется вести переговоры, но с гораздо худших позиций. Россия хочет по-настоящему мира, Россия открыта для урегулирования украинской проблемы политико-дипломатическими средствами, но за неимением такой возможности, когда двери для этого закрыты со стороны киевского режима, мы продолжаем специальную военную операцию. И нам главное обеспечить свою безопасность, обеспечить свои интересы, застраховать свою безопасность для будущих поколений и выполнить те задачи, которые стоят перед нами.
Ukraine has deployed its domestically produced long-range Flamingo missile as well as BARS and Ludiai missiles in the coordinated strikes on Russian-occupied territories and deep in Russia on the night leading to November 13th, the General Staff of Ukrainian Armed Forces said. The agency shared the video footage showing the strike on Russian targets. According to the General Staff, the attacks aimed to weaken Russia's military, economic, and offensive potential. The strikes targeted facilities in Russian-annexed Crimea Peninsula, including the Sea Oil Terminal fuel storage site, helicopter parking areas, UAV storage and launch positions at the Kirovsky airfield, and an air defense radar station near Yevpatoria. Additional attacks were carried out in the occupied Zaporizhzhia region, where Ukrainian forces struck an oil depot near Berdyansk and command posts belonging to Russia's 5th Guards Combined Arms Army and the 127th Motorized Rifle Division. Ukrainian forces also conducted strikes inside Russian territory, though the extent of the damage is still being determined. The General Staff stated that a combination of attack UAVs, jet-powered drones, and long-range missiles were used in the operation, and that such actions will continue against sites supporting Russian occupation forces. Last month, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenski revealed that Flamingo missiles had been used in combat and promised more such strikes. "We are doing everything so that this year we can conduct more serious trials, not just 1, 2, or 3. We believe that we will succeed," Zelensky said. With a range of 3,000 kilometers and having a 1,150 kilogram warhead, Flamingo missile is capable of striking Russian capital Moscow.